Traumatic events in our lives can pay a huge toll on our emotions, causing us to do things we wouldn't normally do. Some turn to alcohol or drugs, but one thing that isn't generally discussed is the emotional draw to food. In this video, we'll help you overcome emotional eating habits. In our clinic, we have had many patients who have suffered with the emotional eating habits. I can remember a patient named Jane who told us every time she got upset about literally anything, she would go straight to the chips and the cookies. After digging deep, we found the true cause of this destructive habit. You see, the day her mother died, they had been in a huge argument. Ending things on such a sour note caused extreme guilt in Jane, so she resorted to food to get relief. Her weight and life were out of control. She was literally eating herself into the grave. And Dr. Michelle, tell us why so many experience this problem of emotional eating.
In times of emotional distress, many turn to food as their friend. You know how it goes. You're feeling down and alone, so you visit the closest Mexican restaurant. And before you know it, you've downed a bucket of chips and 3 margaritas. The problem is, emotional eating may bring temporary relief, but it doesn't last. In fact, it makes us feel worse because it adds inflammatory foods to our system, which can lead to chronic sickness and disease. So why do we do this? First, sugar is just as addicting as cocaine. Our feel-good neurotransmitters begin to fire and our brain is signaled to keep eating. Secondly, in these moments when life seems meaningless, we say, the heck with it, and simply don't care that we're abusing our own bodies. There's also the pressure of loved ones bringing over feel-good food to help you out, and you feel obligated to eat it all. On top of this, you don't feel like cooking anyways. So Dr. Mark, how can we overcome these emotional issues?
Well, you got to start by asking yourself one simple question. Am I really hungry? If not, distract yourself by taking a nice walk or meeting a friend for coffee. Realize there are other things to relieve emotional pain, like listening to music, reading a book, or taking a trip down memory lane. You also need to understand that emotions can change. You are not a victim of your emotions, but a master. Once you get this and take this to heart, it's time to take control of your emotions and become who you truly want to be. Lastly, turn to real food instead of processed feel-good foods. Real food brings health, and processed foods bring disease. So take the time to cook a meal and even invite a friend to help you do it. Cooking can be rewarding. Now, you may be wondering how things turned out with Jane from our story earlier. She was able to seek God for forgiveness from the things she said to her mother. And once Jane stepped into this freedom, day by day, she moved away from the comfort foods and embraced healthy food. Now, her body composition is normalized, sleep is improved, and she feels more confident as a mother and wife.
So the bottom line is, food is necessary for life, but was never meant to be our comforter. A broken heart will never be healed by a cupcake, but it can be healed when our emotions are understood and peace is found, which is why we want you to have our 14 Days to Freedom devotional. You can get it now for free by visiting sherwoodwellness.tv/devotional.